My name is Blake. I am 61 years old, and I am a retired firefighter. I served for 29 years with the West Jordan Fire Department in West Jordan, Utah.
What was so fun about riding to you?
I enjoyed motorcycle riding because it gives you a sense of freedom. I've always liked to go for rides in my car, but when I finally got a motorcycle about 10 years ago, I realized that it opened the ride up. It made it more free. It made it more sensory. I was able to smell things. I was able to feel the wind in my face. I had a better vision of what I was looking at. So a friend of mine and I were going for lunch. It was a September day in 2019, and we were going up Provo Canyon in Utah. We were on our way up to Heber for a lunch. There was not very much traffic on the road that day. My friend was behind me on his bike and I was in front. So as we were proceeding eastbound up the canyon, we had came around a corner, and I visualized the road in front of me, and I saw that there was no one on the road. There was an intersection coming up, but there was no one that I could see that was there. I took a brief moment to look in my rearview mirror to see my friend come around the corner, and when he came around the corner, I looked up, and a car had pulled out of an intersecting road and had stopped right in the middle of the lane of travel which I was traveling in. I knew that I was going to hit the car because I did not have enough room to take any sort of evasive action. I considered laying the bike down, but I realized that I didn't have enough time. By the time I would have laid the bike down, I would have already been crashed into her. So a few things went through my mind, and it was all very quick. First thing that went through my mind was, this is going to hurt. The second thing that went through my mind was, I don't want to see this. So I actually closed my eyes. And then the third thing that went through my mind was veer to the right. So I closed my eyes, I turned the bike as hard as I could to the right, and then I felt the most incredible impact, the most incredible release of energy that I've ever felt in my life. It felt like a bomb went off when I hit the car. The last thing that I remember seeing before I hit the car was I was headed straight into her door. But by veering to the right, I ended up only clipping the back corner of her car. So as I hit, I flew off of the bike, and it flipped me over my handlebars and onto the ground. I hit the ground on my feet, shattering my left ankle and other bones in that left foot. First I did a couple of tumbles, head over heels, somersaults, and then my body reoriented and I was doing log rolls down the road. And I just remember asking myself, how long am I going to roll? When am I ever going to come to a stop? Because it seemed like it took forever. When I stopped, I could taste some blood in my mouth. I never lost consciousness. So as a firefighter, as a retired firefighter, I'm used to taking care of people that are injured, and there's what's called an assessment that we do, a certain amount of questions that we ask. So when I tasted the blood in my mouth, I really quickly checked all my teeth with my tongue, and none of those were loose. I found a small laceration on my cheek, so I figured, well, I bit my cheek. And so then I just finished a self-assessment. I checked my neck, and it was okay. I checked my arms, I could move them. I had a stable hip. And by the time I got down to my left foot, I realized that I had some pain there.
So what was 3 things that you did like after the crash that, kind of impacts like how you rode and stuff?
Well, number 1, I broke my ankle and my several other bones in my foot. So the first thing I did was recuperate, and that took a long time. I was on crutches for 8 months. And the other thing I did was I warned all of my friends. Something else that changed. Obviously I stopped riding motorcycles, but I really enjoyed still the feeling of riding motorcycles. So I found another vehicle. It's called a Polaris Slingshot that I bought. It's a 3-wheeled auto cycle, and with that I can still have the open sensory feelings that I had on the motorcycle, the wind in my face, the smells, but I'm a little bit safer. I'm now strapped into a seat belt. My wife's alongside me in her belt in her seat, and so I'm still riding.
So, could you tell me a little more about this car?
Well, actually, this is not a car. This is called an auto cycle.
Auto cycle. So what does that mean? Could you break that down for me?
Well, it's only got 3 wheels on it.
Right.
So it drives like a car, but it's also part motorcycle, and it's actually registered as a motorcycle.
Okay.
So it has 2 seats in it, 2 passengers, and they are side by side as compared with the motorcycle, which is front and back.
Right.
You have 2 passengers.
So look at it really fast.
Sure. Let me show you around it. So this is a Polaris Slingshot. This is a 2017 model. Like I said, it's got 2 seats in it. It drives like a car. You have a steering wheel instead of handlebars on a motorcycle. And then you've got clutch, brake, and a gas pedal, just like you do in a car.
Right.
It's got a 4-cylinder, 2.4 liter Ecotec General Motor engine.
Okay.
Great.
And then is it a 4-speed or 5-speed?
It's a 5-speed transmission, manual transmission. It's got one of the problems with it is it has a very limited amount of storage in it.
Right.
You've got a jockey box, like you have in a car, which doesn't have a whole lot of room in it.
Okay.
And then each seat has basically a compartment behind that maybe fits a small carry-on bag.
That's cool. So there's no trunk or anything?
No trunk.
So when you're turning, do you feel like it's going to start to tip, or is it pretty stable?
It's really stable. So let me show you the engine. Kind of raises up funky.
Oh, what the heck? Oh, that's what the heck?
So like I said, it's a 4-liter inline. This is the engine that they put in the Chevy Cobalt. A few of the smaller General Motors 40 cars. Creates 173 horsepower, and the vehicle only weighs 1,743 pounds. So weight to power ratio
that's crazy.
is good. It gets up and moves pretty quick. I have never taken it as fast as it'll go. I've read some reviews that say it'll go between 130 and 140 miles an hour. I've had it up to just about 85 on the freeway. That's the best I've had.
So is this front wheel drive or is this rear wheel drive?
It's rear wheel drive. Yep. And off the line it's pretty quick. I think it goes from 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds.
Oh.
So it's fun.